be shy, don't stall. We got a funky vibe, yeah. Welcome all. It's a safe spot where the truth and mind. Share your thoughts, leave your worries behind. Woo! Defense Rest, that's where you belong. Click that like and groove along. Hit subscribe, let the love flow free. Join the fam where you're meant to be. Oh, got mysteries, stories that thrill and ride. We dig deep, ain't no secrets to hide. No judgment here, just an open crew. We're all about justice and the honest view. Yeah, Defense Rest, that's where you belong. Click that like and groove along. Hit subscribe, let the love flow free. Join the fam where you're meant to be.
Welcome back. I'm trying to work. My earphones keep dying and it keeps reverting back to speaker. So I actually get better sound on the speaker. So let me know if you get it echo. Echo. Oh dear, I haven't really set this up to do anything. Lord, definitely need that. Yes, definitely need skin enhancement. Come on. Why won't you do it? What's wrong with this? What the? Recording settings are disabled while live. Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe I can't. Ah, damn it! I can't do my. I can't have my my face photoshopped. Damn you, StreamYard. All right. So basically, there wasn't a great deal out there on Justin Mohn. What I did get, I put all together and put it into the database and spat out an overall story, basically like a timeline-y explanation. And I've got some photos. I didn't really have a chance to do a great deal, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I hope you like my thumbnail. My bad. What can I say? How do I make that bigger? Oh, wait, okay. There we go. This is man of the hour. I know. I superimposed back on. I'm bad, aren't I? So you get to look at many faces of Justin Mohn whilst I actually, how about I? What's that setting? That one? No, it's not going to work. Oops. Oh, fuck, I'll just get back to what it was. Where was it? Okay, cool. Alrighty. I should have saved this as an AI voice. So, Justin Mohn was a 33-year-old man from Levittown, Pennsylvania. On the surface, he appeared intelligent and capable, but underneath ran a deep current of anti-government sentiment and conspiracy-driven beliefs. These ideas had been building for some time, and they were often directed at his father, a longtime federal employee who Justin came to see as a traitor. In February 2024, those dark thoughts erupted into violence. Justin fatally shot his father inside their home. what happened next horrified not only his family, but the entire nation. He grabbed a kitchen knife and decided to remove the head from his father. He did so in the bathroom, and then, to make matters worse, he decided he would get onto YouTube and show said head on the stream live. Yep. It's a 14-minute video that he uploaded, and it was full of racial stuff. Oh, not racial, but where is it? 14-minute video where he held up his father's head and accused him of treason, basically. He spoke of conspiracies and militancy, and he was calling on Americans to rise up against the government. And it was actually public for about a few hours before it got taken down. But by then, it had gone viral pretty much. And that recording would be the centerpiece of the prosecution's terrorism case. Now, Justin chose to have a bench trial, not a jury trial. So when police arrived, the evidence was pretty grim. But what was worse was that it was him and his father at home at the time of the incident, and his mother was at work, and she came home to find her husband in the bathroom, minus his head, and basically called out to a neighbour to come over, who rang 911. They found not only the crime scene itself, but also notes suggesting that Justin had planned his actions, a to-do list, so to speak. He had made preparations, and he newly purchased a gun, obtained the day before. So the prosecutors later argued that these details showed that it was premeditated, it was deliberate, it was calculated, and it was designed to send a political message. And the charges reflected the gravity of that crime. So he was accused of, obviously, first-degree unaliving. Accused of first and second-degree unaliving, the abuse of a corpse, terrorism, and robbery, among others. Now, I do have the charges here. I know I printed that out for a reason. Thank you, Tanya, for at least getting my printer to work from the PC to the printer. For some reason, we don't understand why. When I change my modem, my printer is not being recognised. It won't pick it up anywhere. And I can't read very well off the screen. I need to have a bit of paper in front of me. I've never have been able to read like Kindles or anything like that off a phone. I can't. All right. So the primary charges are first degree unaliving for the unaliving of Michael Mohn, his father. Second degree unaliving. Oh, that must be a lesser included. Terrorism related charges, multiple counts, and some were dismissed. Abuse of a corpse, robbery, theft, because he stole his father's vehicle. He did the video and took off in his father's car before his mother got home. And possession of instrument of crime with intent. So he'd have the weapons. What's it called? Would they have that added on as an additional charge? So this was held in Bucks County, and the death penalty was actually considered, but was eventually preserved. So the evidence that they actually had, apart from the body and the head, was the actual knife. Oh, God. A kitchen knife and a machete that was recovered from the bathtub. The plastic bag with his father's head inside of it, inside a cooking pot. Yeah. the loaded 9mm handgun, missing one bullet, and the stolen Toyota Corolla belonging to the victim. So the evidence was the 14-minute recording showing the severed head and the anti-government manifesto. It was a flash drive containing photos of federal buildings and apparent bomb-making instructions, and letters written from jail to various officials, including Vladimir Putin, Governor Shapiro, and Joe Rogan. Really? You wanted a spot on the Joe Rogan show? For shiz? Oh, sweet. Yeah. Send me the link. How's your birdie? Oh, still. Baby on the. Oh, I saw a snippet. Well, I saw the thumbnail basically. That's what I saw. Yes, I will have a look at that one. Okay. Now, apparently, there was some talk of the insanity plea, the insanity defense, but he was actually deemed fit to stand trial. So his dad was 68 years old at the time. I'm sure the next one is a photo. There it is. That's Michael Mohn. So let's go back to this one. So his charges we went through. This was not framed as a private act of violence. It was presented as both a familicide and an act of domestic terrorism. But before the trial could begin, however, the question of his mental state had to be resolved. His competency, as I said, was hotly contested. One psychiatrist initially diagnosed him with schizophrenia before revising it to delusional disorder. Another found him intelligent, calm, and socially appropriate, suggesting that he could understand the proceedings. And after weighing the evidence, the judge ruled that he was actually competent to stand trial, especially given that he had premeditated it all. The trial itself took place, as I said, it was a bench trial, so there was no jury. And because there was the high emotion of this, what he had done, that emotional component gets removed when you do a bench trial because it's based on the judge and it's based on facts and the law. So, and he actually took the stand in his own defense as well. I couldn't find any footage of any of it. He took the stand and gave a chilling defense. He claimed that he had been performing a citizen's arrest on his father. Sorry, I'm leaning forward and you can't see me. That's probably a bad thing, actually. Yes, he claimed he was actually performing a citizen's arrest on his father. So he actually believed what he was doing was right. And he called it treason. He said that his father had committed treason. According to Justin, his father resisted, and so he believed he was justified in using deadly force. But the court heard more than his explanation. The prosecutors presented the video, the weapon, the notes, and the testimony of his mother, Denise, who had discovered her husband's body. The evidence, both physical and digital, was overwhelming. The prosecution argued that this was not the act of a confused man caught in a delusion, but the deliberate plan of someone who sought to inspire violence. They also pointed out, that he had a to-do list, and the fact that he had pre-purchased the gun the day before, and the staging of the video as proof of intent. The defense countered that Justin's beliefs were the product of mental health issues, but the weight of the evidence left little doubt in the judge's mind. So, now, as I said, this is one of the trials that went on whilst Karen Reid was on that I wanted to cover, but thankfully they didn't do it live, so we're not missing out. But I had all this information on it, so I wanted to share. So in July of 25, the verdict was delivered. Now, how long did it take for them to deliberate? I've got more information on this one. Oh, let's go through some of the testimony, shall we? Okay. So, the competency hearing testimony, he was seen by Dr. Kelly Chamberlain, the prosecution's expert, who spent 2 hours evaluating him and concluded that no credible evidence of serious mental illness was found, and he was found competent to stand trial. Dr. John Markey, the defence expert, I don't think it did. I'd like to know how long though. Initially diagnosed the schizophrenia, but later updated it to the delusional disorder. He cited that Mohun's beliefs about being king of America or the Messiah, and argued that Mohun cannot assist in defence due to the distrust of the legal system. Correctional staff testimony described Mohun as a model prisoner, courteous, respectful, obedient, no violent or defiant behaviour observed in custody. Primarily corresponds with politicians and government agencies. Mohun's statement to the media, he claimed federal government betrayed America, stated he was performing a citizen's arrest on his father, argued that the deadly force was lawful and when the father resisted. Righto. So the prosecution's strategy, basically, that it was planned, calculated in every detail, that it had terrorism intent, because his father was a federal employee, and it was trying to send a deliberate message and to incite government overthrow. So, and he'd also done a call to action on his YouTube video to incite violence against federal agents and judges. So, what else did they say? So his actual personal position, as in Justin's, he believed that, as I said, perform the citizen's arrest. His views on the federal employees as traitors to America, requested a Christian attorney who would argue his actions were justified, and he actually maintained that he was mentally stable and opposed the insanity defence anyway. So went for in front of Judge Stephen Kaur at the Bucks County Common Pleas Court as a bench trial. As I said, death penalty was originally considered. Life imprisonment was alternative maximum sentence for first degree. All right, the final outcome. According to one document, Mohun was ultimately sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. He was found guilty of the first degree and second-degree murder. And there were a number of family members that delivered victim impact statements. So, motive. He has an extensive history of anti-federal sentiment in writings and in lawsuits. He was unemployed. He had student loan debt. He had perceived discrimination as over-educated white men. His father was the symbol, so he targeted his father specifically due to the federal employment status, and was apparently his desire for publicity seeking was the reason he used the platform of YouTube. Righto. In conclusion, the Commonwealth v. Justin Mohn represents one of the most disturbing cases of domestic terrorism and community-side in recent Pennsylvania history. The successful prosecution resulted in justice for the victim whilst highlighting the challenges the courts face in balancing mental health considerations and public safety. Oh, that's mine. That's not his. What the hell's that doing in there? Okay, that's my tribunal information. So, the case left scars not only on a grieving family, but also on the wider community. It raised troubling questions about the reach of extremist ideologies. What we're seeing that now, aren't we, with Charlie Kirk? The failures of the mental health system, that's everywhere, and the fine line that courts must walk between recognising illness and upholding accountability. As a judge remarked in sentencing, somewhere this went off the rails. The Justin Mohn case will be remembered not only for its brutality, but as a warning of how conspiracy, radicalisation, and untreated mental struggles, that was politically correct, wasn't it, can combine to have a devastating effect. I want to know how long deliberations were. Go back. You like my thumbnail. I couldn't help myself, sorry. I couldn't think of anything else. Yep. Da, 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 da. Now, it looks like there's a few different updates on the... Oh, let me go back to here. A few different updates that I can see, perhaps, on the Sheriff Stein's... It's evolving, I think. It's evolving. So there's a couple of things I need to look up tonight to get back up on track. Now, what was it, the one that you said has just started today? Is it on Court TV or... Let me have a look. Yes, Baby in the River. So, why wasn't that? Like, I look at what's on the docket every day, and I did not see this. So this is the opening statements of this particular trial. Is that Tennessee? Does TN stand for Tennessee? What does it have to say about what's going on here? Brandon Isabel is accused of unloving 27-year-old Danielle Hoyle and throwing their 2-day-old daughter, Kennedy, into the Mississippi River on February 1, 2022. Danielle was found shot to death beside her abandoned car in Memphis. Brandon later confessed to the crimes, but baby Kennedy's body has never been found. Oh, that's cruel. Nasty. If you want, I can put this on as a sleep stream, just leave it running for today, or I can do a recap on it tomorrow. Start tomorrow, up to you. I don't have a thumbnail or anything. How long has it been going for? Oh, it's only been an hour. It started an hour ago. Well, actually, no, it didn't start an hour ago because a whole heap of introductions before it starts. All right.
Court TV Live, I'm Julie Grant. I covered a few different trials for you. I want to show you our trial tracker at this hour in Tennessee. We've got the baby in the river murder trial kicking off today. Opening statements, 8-year-old defendant Jeffrey Spaya restriction.
Yes.
And at least once the password was entered. 11.
Liar.
What type of phone he owned at that time?
A 1 plus Nord 200.
Okay.
A lot of the digital evidence. And then with this particular defendant, we see.
Point that out for us, please. In the morning, does the blue Honda Accord pull into that parking lot?
It does.
I think that's great analysis right there. You just gave us
strangling her. McKinley Louisma has already been convicted of the murder and was sentenced to life in prison last year. Before we get you back into court, here's Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas with more on the case against Dakota Van Patten.
Dakota Van Patten is
A high burden of beyond a reasonable doubt. Can the state rule out the possibility that Dakota was just there and not partaking in what happened to her?
The 3, did he walk away from the car off that same app? Captures very elevated spikes and then nothing after that heart rate.
Yeah, they haven't even started opening statements yet. Yes. Yes.
What time?
Right. Well, that made it easy because I haven't started yet. So, all right. I'll definitely keep my eye on that one. And I'll be keeping my head down, bum up on Martin Bryant and what was the other one I was going to look at? Was it Kelsey? No. I can't find anything on her. Nothing. It's really hard. There was something else that I was going to watch. It'll come to me eventually. But yes, I'm hoping to start that very soon, Teresa. Very soon. Yeah. Mum's the word. All right, my darlings. Yeah, that was a bit of a nothing burger, really, I suppose. There's not a lot out there. Not a lot out there at all on a couple of things. So you can only do what you can do. All right. Well, stay tuned. Keep that notification bell on. And that will let you know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you for joining me again. You get the you get, what is it, the no, brain's gone. I can't even think of it. Never mind. You get the unique experience, like the one-on-one. All right, sweetheart. Enjoy your day. Don't get wet. It's a good day for the ducks over there, apparently. Give the kittens a kiss for me. And I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Hasta la vista, bitches. Bye-bye.
Hey there, thanks for stopping in. We hope you will join us again. We all look forward to next time. We get to talk about true crime. Clues. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule and the defense rests. Our true crime family is great. All types of topics we debate. Smash that like and ring that bell. Hit subscribe, you might as well.